Vectorworks Landmark 2009 saw the introduction of the Landscape Area tool, and I'd like to talk about that in this movie. I'll begin by switching to an empty layer. The tool is in the Site Planning toolset in the Landmark workspace. And I'll go ahead and select the tool and begin by looking at the options for the tool. Now you can define a boundary area using the normal polyline drawing tool, so using straight, Bezier, cubic spline, arcs, and so on. And then there's a preferences button here. Let's begin by clicking the preferences button and looking at the dialog here. So we've got the ability to give it a name, to choose the tag, whether it's on or off, to put the tag in a class if we want to, and probably you put the tag in the component tags class, to set a text angle, to set a tag header, and you can then also set how the tags are displayed, so with a percentage and ID. You've got quantity, common name, so you could also go or maybe percentage ID and Latin name, or percentage and Latin name. Let's go for that one. Whether we're in square meters, acres or hectares, whether the tagline marker is being displayed, and then down the bottom here we can choose how the various different plants are being displayed. Let's look at this one here, this acacia. If we click edit, you'll see that we're able to choose the plants from the list here, and we're able to choose a rate. It's either the meters on center or a square meter rate. So we've got 3 already set up here, total giving us 100%. We might knock this one down a little bit. I'll edit that and we'll put this back down to 3, and that's balanced up the rates here a little bit. So if we're happy with this, and also you'll see that there's a few options for the how it displays around the edge, but we'll look at those once we've drawn it. So let's click OK and go ahead and draw a boundary now, and I'll just create a fairly random boundary here. And you can see immediately that it's reporting. I'll make that text a little bit bigger so we can see it. Let's move it up. Okay, so it's giving us the area and the percentages of each of the species with the Latin name beside it. So this is completely customizable. Now we talked about the edge before. Oh, and by the way, you can drag this around to wherever you want it to go. The edge here we can control using this border style pop-up here. So we can go to, say, a plant cloud, and that will create a fairly regular sort of plant cloud around the edge. But you can vary that with the billow size and the billow variability and the billow height. So let's put some variability in there, and you see now that it's not quite as regular as it was, and we can choose the size to maybe set that to medium, or you could set it to extra small, and you'll get something that has a bit more detail to it. Probably a bit too fine. Might go back to just the medium one. And we also have the billow height, so if we set that to small, then the billows are not quite as extensive. We then have the ability to use a plant line as well, and that's going to give you just a squiggly line around the edge, which is quite nice. And we then also have controls for that, so we can change the segment length and the segment thickness to get a slightly different effect. You can then fill this with any color that you want, so we could choose just a standard fill color, or possibly take an image fill and put that in there as well. If we double click this, we can either edit the settings, so that will open the dialog again where we can play around with these settings in here, or you'll see that we can also edit the path. So if I choose to edit the path, I can then reshape this to any size that I want. Now this will also work with add and subtract surface. So for example, if I drew another shape another couple of shapes here that overlapped, and selected all three, right click, choose Add Surface, then it's going to expand out to include the rest of the other areas that we defined. When you put this, when you have a plant list on your drawing, then the quantities or percentages will also be displayed in your plant list. So this will be treated as any other plant object would be. Go back and set that onto a cloud. So you can see that that this tool does give a lot of flexibility in how you can then present it. Even if you just wanted to do an area of grass, for example, you could just have one species up here, not display the area, and just treat it like it was a plant, but have control over the edging, so that you can get some nice effects that you can't get using the normal plant tool.